Hi there everyone, my name is Morgan, I play Magic, and we are jumping into a Magic Origins release Swiss Pack Per Win draft as per usual. We're gonna get started as soon as everybody is in the queue. Okay, oh yeah, I forgot that I had sorted this by color last time. We have, and I did that because I wanted a new perspective on my packs. Usually you see the rare first, and then long commons. Anyway, I like taking Fiery Impulse here. Acolyte of the Inferno is also pretty good. But Fiery Impulse is a removal spell. um, yeah, that's about it. Deadbridge Shaman's fine. Claustrophobia is fine. These two are good. This is fine. This card is fine. This is a Shivan Reef, which I think is worth something. I'm not quite sure. Um, yeah, that's taking the Fiery Impulse. Here I'm taking the Abbot of Carol Keep. Somebody took a common over it. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Abbot. It's got prowess, and when it enters the battlefield, exile the top card of your library until end of turn. You may play that card. So it also has a little bit of a card advantage component. We are passing a gear per gear crafter, unfortunately, but a 2/1 with prowess that draws you a card. Pretty good. Um, some good blue. Cruel Rivals, fine, but yeah, we're definitely taking the Abbot here. Okay, we have a couple of options. We could take the Boggart Brute, the Subterranean Scout, both good cards in the red deck. There's also a Knight of the Pilgrim's Road, an Nantuko Husk, and a Malakir Cullblade. I think I just take the Boggart Brute right now. Like, these two cards, well, this one specifically is very good, but I'm not quite sure that I'm playing black, and I'd rather just take the Boggart Brute in that case. Um, there's a Majoring Bully, a Wild Instincts, and a Nantuko Husk. Plus another Knight of the Pilgrims Road. We are passing so many of this card. BT dubs. Um, I guess this time I'll take the Nantuko Husk. Like, Majoring Bully is one of my favorite 2-drops in the set. Mostly perverse sort of thing. But, as in, it's kind of bad, but I like it anyway. um, Infectious Bloodlust is fun, but I'm going to take a second Husk because this card is actually crazy. It's also pretty good in the red-black deck. So I'm pretty happy that I picked up a Boggart Brute over the Nantuko Husk the first time because we just got past two of them. Black seems fairly open because of that. Like, this card is real good when you have a lot of low drops, so we're going to be looking to pick up things like Dragon Fodder, Subterranean Scout, that sort of thing. Speaking of Dragon Fodder, there's that in here. There's also a Rune Servitor, but I like Dragon Fodder better. It doesn't draw your opponent a card. There's also an Infectious Bloodlust. This is the second Infectious Bloodlust that we're passing. I'm not super concerned about it, though. I prefer having a 2-drop. This is kind of like a 3-drop, you play it on turn 3. Anyway. I could take Infectious Bloodlust, Enshrouding Mist, Eyeblight Assassin, Weight of the Underworld. I think I just take Enshrouding Mist here. We've been getting a lot of white passed to us. This is a fairly decent white trick, and I didn't really feel the need to pick up any of the other black cards, so we'll kind of hedge a little bit. Here, between like the Mighty Leap, the Guardian Automaton, and the Evolving Wilds, I think I'd rather have the Mighty Leap over the Evolving Wilds. I'm not planning on needing to splash for anything, so we're just gonna take the Mighty Leap. One thing that can put me into white is getting multiple white 2-drops. Tobin Freeblade, Heaven Forbid, Consul's Lieutenant, like, even Cleric of the Forward Order. Here I'm just gonna take the claustrophobia. I don't know why that's in the pack. Maybe we'll wheel a separatist void mage. Or, like, I wouldn't mind having that aeronaut wheel either. I don't know. I never expect claustrophobia to wheel. Maybe I should. Excuse me. We did pass a cruel revival fairly late. Not fairly late. It was like pick 4. Totally worth it though. To take Abbott. I think it was Abbott. I'm still happy with the red that I've gotten so far, so... And I like being red in this format. Maybe we'll wheel both majoring bullies. Wouldn't that be delightful? As long as we're wishfully thinking. Come on. Alright, we wheeled the Aspiring Aeronaut, which is nice. This card is actually fairly decent. It looks like blue might be open, but it's pretty hard to tell. Like, at this point I'm just taking the best card in the pack and crossing my fingers. Come on, Majoring Bully. Subterranean Scout Wheel, though. That's pretty insane. Alright. Subterranean Scout is awesome with Abbot of Carol Keep. It's fine with Nantuko Husk. It's good with any of the 2 power Renown guys. Ooh, Majoring Bully. Yes. I like that card way too much. But it's a 2 mana 2/2 in a color that, you know, has a couple, but I actually have all of the 2 drops in red right now that aren't removal spells. Displacement wave's gonna go over here. So we're pretty well set up to be an Nantuko Husk deck, but we could certainly pull a bomb in another color. And be pretty happy with that too. I mean, obviously if I take a Fire Impulse, or if I see a Fire Impulse, I'm snap picking it. And if I open a Planeswalker, that's the color I'll be. You guys are so slow. It's the last pick. Okay. Topin Freeblade. Okay. There we go. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to bombs, especially with Nantuko Husk in my pool already. There's also an Unholy Hunger and a Dragon Fodder, but Priest of the Bloodright is pretty sweet. When it enters the battlefield, put a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Yeah, pretty sweet. Gonna take it. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 2 life. Pretty negligible drawback, quote unquote, when I have Nantuko Husk in my pool. Here, I'm just gonna take the Topin Freeblade. I don't want to take that Return Centaur. I mean, I've got the combo right now of Nantuko Husk and Subterranean Scout, so... Oh, yuck. White is disgustingly open from this side. Yeah, I'm definitely taking the Consul's Lieutenant here. Whenever it attacks, if it's renowned, each other attacking creature gets +1/+1. In addition, it is a 2/1 first striker. for 2 white. So, I could take the Reef Soul. I could take the Molten Vortex. Reef Soul would hedge. Molten Vortex is just good though, so I think I'm just gonna take that over the Reef Soul. For those of you who don't know, Molten Vortex, discard a land card, pay 1 red. Molten Vortex deals 2 damage to target creature or player. It's kind of awkward with Consul's Lieutenant being double white, but it's still a fine card. I don't quite understand how this got to me, but apparently nobody else is playing red too. Subterranean Scout, pretty good with Consul's Lieutenant, not gonna lie. Let's see, there's a Grasp of the Hieromancer, a Majoring Bully, and a Subterranean Scout, as well as a Nantuko Husk. I think I just want the Subterranean Scout, honestly. Grasp of the Hieromancer's fine, but I'd rather take the useful card first. In addition, I'm not going to take a card that commits me to a color yet. Crown Scout, perfectly reasonable 3-drop, first strike and renown 1. Makes it pretty difficult to block. There's also been a couple Prickle Wars floating around that I wouldn't mind having. Yeah, our curve is super aggressive, jeez. Yeah, I'm happy taking another Enshrouding Mist. Alright, sorry boys. Pass a Topin Freeblade for this priest. If I get... What will put me back in black? Good question, Morgan. Well, I'm actually just taking the Shambling Ghoul. Like, the difference between my black and my white is that my white is just more general good cards, but my black has creatures. Including a 5 mana 5/5 flying demon. I'm just gonna take the Deadwood Shaman over the Blightcaster. I don't generally like Blightcaster all that much, and Deadwood Shaman is nice because I find myself, when I play against it anyway, like just not wanting to discard a card. So, it's pretty good. Brawler's Plate is an option. I think I'd rather have that than like Thornbow Archer. Brawler's Plate is nice because it gets +2/+2 and has trample, which means that things like Majoring Bully, Subterranean Scout, Dragon Fodder tokens, all of those are... I'm taking the Smash for the sideboard. All of those are... excuse me. Suddenly big enough to rumble with most anything. Also, giving Nantuko Husk trample is just great. Honestly, I think I'd be happier playing white. Oh, Majoring Bully wield! Every time a Majoring Bully wields, a baby smiles. Dreadwaters. I've lost to Dreadwaters before. It was not pretty. By that I mean I was super salty. Double Plains. Cast Consul's Lieutenant. Dark Petition, not picking that up. I will happily take this Seismic Elemental though. Over the Acroan Sergeant. I've got a lot of 3-drops anyway. Seismic Elemental is really good at breaking stalemates, and yeah, that's about it. Ooh, Ravaging Blaze. I'm gonna take the Ravaging Blaze over the Lightning Javelin, Shambling Ghoul, and Swift Reckoning. Ravaging Blaze is really good. Here there's a Fire Fiend Elemental, an Enthralling Victor, and an Undead Servant, and a Consecrated by Blood, plus a Cleric of the Forward Order. I'm gonna take the Enthralling Victor, because these two cards are funny together. I didn't pick it up over removal, so I'm okay. There's so many 2-drops, you guys. This is awesome. Ooh, another Nantuko Husk, you say? I'll take it. I don't think people understand how good this card is. Maybe I'll get a really late Dragon Fodder. Excuse me. Between my... I need to learn to commit in pack 2. Between my black and my black is all creatures, and my white is 2 creatures. Like... going white would give us 2 2-drops, which we're not actually hurting for. And a couple of tricks. Plus a Kytheon's Tactics. Yeah, I think I'm just happy with black. Now I'm really sad I passed like freaking Reeve Soul and stuff. I'll survive though. Ooh, an Undead Servant. Actually... I think I take that over the Fire Fiend Elemental. Undead Servant is pretty sweet with triple Nantuko Husk. So, pretty happy to have it. Also, maybe that other Undead Servant will wheel. Fingers crossed. Man, I'm a little sleepy. Alright, Gear for Gear Crafter. Pretty sweet pickup, taking it over the Eyeblight Assassin because it makes token. So, double things to feed Nantuko Husk. Eyeblight Massacre is a good one. I'm gonna take it over the Shambling Ghoul because I have infinite 2-drops already. Eyeblight Massacre is actually something I'd consider playing in this deck. Because, like, these 2 don't really count. These 2 would be 3/3s. These are fine. This is fine. This'll take some getting used to. This can get renowned. This doesn't really matter. This doesn't really matter. This doesn't really matter. Yeah, I can see playing Eyeblight Massacre. Actually. Glory Chaser, huh? I'm gonna take the Dragon Fodder. It's another nice 2-drop. Feeds Nantuko Husk, etc., etc. Read the Bones Wield. That's pretty sweet. I think I cut the Undead Servant because I don't think that other Undead Servant wield. Um, I like all of my other threes over Deadbridge Shaman, so I'm gonna cut that. Oh, well, I guess we'll see. Deadbridge Shaman actually doesn't die to Eboli Massacre. I'll take the Fetid Imp. Didn't mean to click that one quite so zealously, but I did. Anyway, Fetid Imp, fine. It's in the sideboard right now, though, because I have all these 2-drops. It's pretty great. So we'll see how the mono 2-drop deck works. Oh man, we will the other Undead Servant. Get in. I don't know what to cut. This card and this card. This is a sideboard card. We'll say that. Dubs. This card has so much value. Base stats, a 3-2 is actually fine too. I'm in love with this curve, by the way. Get that I've also been beaten by Demolish before. Again, hella salty. Yeah, this deck is going to be interesting. I could have had like a Reeve Soul. Some other stuff, but I'm pretty okay with this. Pretty heavy in red. 7-10, like, so 3/5 of my land, or 2/5 rather, of my land should be black. It's 40%. I think we'll err on the side of having more black sources. I mean, it is important to have red sources given we have the World Vortex, but other than that, pretty important. Yeah, so made some weird picks because white cards are just too good. And but hey, at least somebody is out a Consul's Lieutenant, a Topin Free Blade, and a couple in Shrouding Mist. Am I right? I will see you in round 1.